What's going on, everybody? All Star Izzy, we in full of motherfucking effect. Now, I don't have too much time today, but I wanted to come on stream just a little bit so we can talk, have a conversation, give out a couple pointers because, I mean, as you see for the title or even the thumbnail itself, we're gonna be hitting on some personal nails that I don't often see too many people get, bro. Not too many understanding, not too many get to that part. But if you're new, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to your boy because we on the road to the top. It's so bright, but you're so lost. Unique 79, what's happening, bro? How you doing? Been a while since I've seen you. How you been? Hope all is well with you. But again, what we're going to be talking about is two words, and why these two words is everything that most men need to comprehend and become. Immerse yourself into the new challenges and new ways. Thank you. I appreciate that, Unique. Thank you very much. Go ahead and pin that so they know when they come in. But it's two words, and it's a question most men need to ponder and immerse themselves in life about it. And that's going to be called, why me? I think not even I think, but I know too many men are lost in this world where they don't know who I am, what I am. Oh, this is Mexico. This is Mexico, but shout out to Italy. This is Mexico, yes sir. But again, you know, we're gonna be touching on a certain subject and we're gonna have a good conversation. I won't be on here for too long. It's gonna be a nice, smooth sailing conversation of what we're gonna have. I really want to get it off the chest and just talk about it. I think too many people they don't really comprehend this type of understanding. I talk, great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate everybody for coming by. My name is All Star Izzy. Today we're gonna be talking on some things. It's gonna be more so. It's gonna be a lot more for masculinity, manhood, and understanding of yourself, understanding of men, an individual. I think it's just very important for men to understand themselves as far as when it comes to why me. Because if you put yourself in a position, right? Oh yeah, nah, for sure. But if anyone puts themselves in a position to understand who they are, they got to think about, why myself? Everybody else is doing the same thing, right? Everybody has dreams. Everybody has goals. Everybody wants a certain position in life. Everybody wants to be the man of a woman's life. Everybody wants to be the man in the family. But why you though? These are the questions and conversations people need to be having, specifically with yourself. By the way, if you're new, my name is All Star Izzy. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to your boy. We're on the road to motherfucking the top. Appreciate everybody pulling up. It's a beautiful live. We on this spontaneous shit, and you know, we just gonna be having great conversations. Thank you, shout out to everybody that's in this building. But anyways, you know, we just want to have those conversations, and then for the thumbnail, it's about being the king of the hill. I think too many people run away from king of the hill. I think a lot of people are used to just dreams and not actually making something out of reality. And not even, let's say you don't even want to make nothing huge. You don't want to conquer no land. You don't want to get your own business. You don't want that. You just want to be a confident, self-assured man. You know, all of that comes with understanding why me. Because people are lost, right? People have a lack of identity. People cling to the trend-setting ways of other things, right? They're too scared to innovate. And that's why I posted a video the other day, actually yesterday, talking about how to change your image. But as with this, so without, we're not just changing our image just to look like a certain thing. Everything is an internal job, an inside job. You can't, this image that you want to put out, it will only be just what it's going to be as long as you stick with it, but you're going to feel like an empty shell in the long run. It's just how it goes. And now going back to the two words of what every man needs to know. Angel, great to see you. Yo. Anyways. But just going back into everything, I need everyone to ask themselves a question of why me? Why you? Why should it be you when it comes to certain conversations? Why should it be you to have had a seat at the table? Why should it be you to be fucking with many women? Why should it be you to have this confidence? Why should it be you? What are the attributes? What are the things for yourself? What are the reasons that you need that? Hold on. I meant to do this one. And you need to immerse yourself. Because when you ask the question to yourself of why me, you finally do something that most people never done. You have an honest conversation with yourself. You give yourself conversation. You speak to yourself. You introspect. Hold on, let me pause this music really quickly. Because this is an honest conversation right here, right now. And it's not popularized, that's the thing. But it doesn't matter for that. But when you ask why me, you finally put a spotlight on the conversations that you've been having with yourself within. Or the negativity. Or all the things that you've been trying to hide away. The thing is that the more you try to hide away from yourself, the more it actually comes up. The more it actually brings it back to life for what you need to know. Why me? Ask yourself the question of why me. People want to be the king of the hill, want to be this domineering person, want to be the guy who's fucking multiple women, but you can't be that guy if you don't ask yourself the question of why me. We talk about fully immersing yourself. We talk about dominating yourself. We talk about shifting your image and your identity within and having conversations and really putting a spotlight onto the shadow parts of yourself that you don't necessarily see, But that comes because you don't know who the fuck you are. So people don't want to ask why me because they don't want to know who they actually are in their mind and how they want to be projected outwardly. They want to be seen as a incredibly charismatic individual. Angie, baby, great to see you. They want to be seen as a motivator. They want to be seen as this perfect being. They want to be, like just that picture, right? People want to be painted a picture of what they think they should be. But no alignment with action to your words, you're never going to get to where you want to be. So like I said, the true awakening of a man or any individual, because I do have ladies that view these my conversations as well. But any individual that wants an awakening, has to get to awakening, you have to ask yourself, why me? You have to. And if you're blank as far as why me, explore why it should be you. If you're stuck as to realizing why should it be me? Why should I be the king of the hill? Why should I be this person in position to get all this money? Why should I be or want to be a CEO or boss? You have to ask yourself the question of why me? Get to the root of who you are. Get to the root and the understanding of what you are and who you are, where you're meant to be and see yourself. But if not, and if you don't want to, then that's fine. Let everybody else just follow under the path that they need to be. You see, this is why I put for the thumbnail King of the Hill. Because a lot of you motherfuckers, a lot of these motherfuckers in this world is not going to be the king of the hill. They're not going to be a king in no capacity. They will want to feel like king. People want to desperately feel as if they're above others and superior. But that only comes from a false foundation of wanting to be something. Most people don't reflect or introspect on the fact of why me is such an important thing and to know what it takes to be the king of the hill. Continuous criticism, continuous conversation and evolution, continuous motivation, endless motivation of self, but of impactful self-love that you got to have with yourself no matter what it is. That's what it takes to be the king of the hill. King of the hill, I like how that looks. To me, it looks aesthetically pleasing. I actually like it. I'm like, that's sexy to me. King, that's just the title. But it's not just the title that gets it correct. It's the words, it's the actions, it's the behavior, it's the attitude. People lie to themselves every single day wanting to be a certain thing, but then they don't end up being that thing in the long run because they lie to themselves, or they don't ask the question of why me. You have to get to know you in any type of capacity. I've gotten to know myself in capacities that most people don't even want to go to. Because the thing is that you have to dive deep within the parts of yourself that you try to flush away. You try to move away. You try to hide away from. There's no hiding away from what's true. You can only but hide it from away for so much anyways. Other than that, It'll be exactly what it's supposed to be. But this is what the grand conversation of everything comes in for. It's just why me. It's not a false reality. It's not false hope. I've come to this understanding that, and it's always a continuous understanding, but most people just wanna feel great for the time. I don't think nobody truly wants to be great. I know some people that truly do want to be great because I'm around those individuals or I'm taught by them. So I know that understanding, but what I know from society and what I see often, what I hear, is that people just want to feel great. You guys don't want it that bad. You guys don't want to come to the core or desire of yourself. You guys don't want to genuinely know what it's like to become a king of the hill. Because you just want to feel great. You want to feel like you're a part of this. Let's be a part of the fun. I just want to feel like I'm on top of the world for now. That's most of society. But that's not what we do here. That is not what we do here. This is not what the All-Star Lifestyle is about. This is not how we communicate about things. This is not... We make it look fun, but the thing is that it's a real lifestyle and people can obtain it. But the thing is that obtaining it isn't obtaining a kingdom or a castle. It's not obtaining all these women, these riches and wealth. The obtaining part is obtaining that internally for who you are for yourself. I'm obtaining and conquering the parts within that could be weak to make it stronger. And what you can make a trait weak about yourself is seeing it, accepting, embracing that motherfucker, and then pushing yourself to propel forward. But that's just true king talk. As within, so without. Exactly, Unique. People want to feel like this right here. People want to feel like this. They want to feel like they got the world in their hands. Truthfully, and the beautiful thing too is that everybody does have the world in their hands. That's the thing. Everybody has the capacity. Everybody has the free will, the choice, the same 24 hours. But what gets everybody stuck in that rut is how they feel. And mostly because their inconsistent patterns is based on how they feel, which result into the actions that they create in this world. Dominating your own self is the key to truly awakening and be a king of the hill. You have to dominate yourself completely. Not dominating just like, oh, I gotta be this empire, I gotta be the emperor. Nah. I'm talking about when you dominate, what is your choice of focus every single time? What is the perspectives and conversations that you want to have? Where is your focus going when it comes to your drive and your ambition? Where does it fall into? And where do you want it to go? Where's the direction happening? You see, this live is more so, it's more introspective than a lot of the other lives. We will be having a lot of other conversations in the future just about certain topics, but this one I wanted to center and bring to the masses. Why me? You have to ask yourself these things. I have clients that I work with, and it's no shade to nobody really, but the thing is that one of my pet peeves for me is that when I hear people say they want to be great, and I'm like, okay, fine. That's cool. I love that shit. I relate to that part. But then they fall short on the end of the stick. Oh, I just probably couldn't live up to it. I don't know. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get right. And the thing is, too, you don't have to be this grandiose emperor, king in this world, being on top of the throne. Nah. You had to conquer yourself. You had to ask yourself the question of why me. Open your eyes to the reality of what this is and what's happening. King of the hill, any type of king, they aren't just, there's some that's put in a position, but there's actual consequences, action, and discipline and structure that comes with knowing that you're a king of the hill. And we often talk about, or I often say, being an emperor of some sort, being a king of your own castle, people are going to want to look at it in a certain way. Sour Patch, great to see you. Because that's just the truth of what happens when you want to be on top of the world. But people are afraid of that though. As much as people want to feel that, and as much as people want to become a king or become this luxurious man or whatever, a lot of you guys will never get to that position in your life because you don't want to actually dominate within first. This is where it all begins. We can dominate inside and outside at the same time. But once you get put to that position, this is where people be talking about, what is it called? Self-sabotage, right? Thank you. You can get put in a position, right? You can get, let's say I give you an opportunity to go out and do something. Okay, you have this dream? All right, bet, let's go do it. Come on. Then you choke up. Everything isn't going to be perfect at first. I'm not expecting perfect. I don't even expect to be perfect for myself. I just know that what I do, it's of quality because it's not just no bullshit. But the thing is too though, people always get the opportunity and they always self-sabotage themselves out their way. They get in their own way. But what is the part that really gets in the way of the individual though? The feelings, the result, or maybe the future of, oh, they're gonna make fun of me. Oh, they're gonna see me like this. What if I choke up? What if you see? These are the things what gets people in their own way. So again, any man, any individual, any lady too, wants to open themselves up to more of life, has to ask the question of why me? They're stuck in their own way. Exactly. And by the way, if you haven't liked the live, please like the live. My name is All Star Izzy. If y'all new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. It helps us get into the algorithm. But that's the thing that comes into everything. With people getting stuck in their own ways and stuck in their own thoughts. You know, most people are just used to fantasy anyways. Like, they're used to actually just feeling the feelings, seeing the result, but not actually doing nothing in this world about what's happening. You see, this is why I say often people don't like, or society specifically does not like confidence. Because confidence is self-assured. Confidence is undeniable and it's unmovable in its direction. So when it does what it does exactly what it said it's going to do. And most people can't relate to that part of keeping to my word. There's a long lost art of word is bond. People are loose with their words. People are just, I say this to say it. I didn't really mean it. I just how I felt, and it's just what it is. There's a time and place for that, I believe. You know, sometimes you do got to finesse certain things. I believe that. You know, I'm not going to cap to you. But when it comes to honest conversations and it comes to direction and wanting to better yourself as an individual, you cannot be cutting the bush around. Let's say you lie to bitches. And that's one thing. I wouldn't say to do that. But let's say that. I don't care who you lie to. The one thing I don't want you to do is to lie to yourself. That's all I want. Because this is where it ultimately comes down to. Self-improvement isn't just this fascinating feeling that we all should feel and love and adore and praise. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Self-improvement is continuous. It is forever. It is in this moment and it's going to be in the next 10 minutes. That doesn't mean be a perfectionist. That doesn't mean having to always work myself off. What do I got to improve? No, don't be a junkie to that. It's just saying that self-improvement isn't one task. Once you finish that task, there will be more tasks that comes along with it. JV says, tapping the like button, taking a listen. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. I think we've met briefly at the Ladies of Atak, I believe. I'm not too sure. But regardless, this is another thing that I say that gets a lot of people speaking. But this is what I firmly believe. I completely believe that I'm on the same playing field as other billionaires, as other millionaires, as other people that have other whatever going on, more views, more subs, whatever. Stay with me when I say this too. This goes for yourself. Anything that we pedestalize to be above us is something that we don't deem ourselves to be yet. Cause it's like the image of running on a treadmill with the money, but never getting to there. It's always something that we're pedestalizing that we want to chase. See, I understand that manifestation is a grand thing. It's an important conversation to talk about. But let's just take away the manifestation part and let's just look at the perspective of the individual and the thing that we want to get and grasp on. Whether that's having a bigger social network, more women, whether it's having more money, better credit score, whatever. We're on the same playing field as anything that we want to achieve and grasp. Not in the sense that we can't be delusional to where our positions are, but we're in the same playing field because whatever that is as simple as 1, 2, 3 and grasping it and making sure our finances are straight on that point. The only thing that separates you is the pedestalization of the thing that you want so desperately. And you will be a slave to it. You can be a slave to pussy. You can be a slave to money. You can be a slave to anything external. But the thing, what can make you free out of it is saying, you know what? I understand that I was pedestalizing these certain things outside of me. But why? Now you had to ask the question of why. Great to see you, ladies. I appreciate you coming by. But then you have to give yourself the honest truth. Because if you don't come to the truth of this is why I'm doing it, this is why I'm desperately wanting this and pedestalizing this, you will never get to the next point that you want to get to. This is why men stay in that desire of wanting to try to fuck as many women that they want to. Now, it's cool. You can, for sure. Shout out to the. But at the same time, you have to understand, what am I pedestalizing them about? Why am I going out my way? I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by, Sour. But what is it that I see that to be the best? Because most men over here, yes, please get the likes up. Soren, great to see you. But most people see beauty. Let's just keep it with women. But men will see beauty and be like, that is the ultimate. It's a beautiful thing. I was watching this movie White Lotus, and there was this worker, and he was basically in love with his coworker. But you see, this is game right here. When we see beautiful women dancing on stages, right? And in the lens of a lot of men, they see those women as, oh, she's so beautiful. I gotta have a taste. I gotta get with her. I just gotta have her. But because of the pedestalization of the beauty on the stage, because most women, even now and before for sure, their whole thing is beauty. It's just like beauty, and that's why they say beauty and women and pussy runs the world, because that part runs most of the world. Not men, but most of the world. But check me out. The thing is that the woman that's on stage, displaying her beauty, being seductive and probably teasing, she's also the same woman who's getting directions from another man who's telling her to go on stage and do what she needs to do. You see, this is the part most people don't see. And it's not even just on the stage. That is just a correlation to what it's like in real life. Most women are being told behind scenes by somebody else to do stuff. That doesn't take her from being independent. That doesn't take her from being her own thing. But there is always something else behind that in its direction. There's a lot of game in that one scene that I've seen. Because loose men are in love with the beauty of what they see, of what their eyes are seeing. But they don't see what's behind it, is that there's actually strings being pulled. There's a direction being told already by her performing. That's what makes men so easy. That's what makes them not even come to the conclusion of being king of the hill. You know what's funny? A lot of men feel like they're king of the hill when they have a woman with them. Why can't you feel or know yourself to be king of the hill without women in your presence? Without them. Let me look at these really quickly. Is it such a bad thing to look at beauty though? No. Exactly. No. I like beautiful women. I love beautiful women. But you're not saying what I'm saying though, Soren. I'm saying that even behind the beauty, there's a lot more that people don't see. It's like, there's a movie of it was an Eddie Murphy movie, but y'all remember? Let me know if y'all can give me the title. But it's like there was like little robots inside of Eddie Murphy's like body, basically, like they were like controlling him or something like that. But that's basically what that is. Is that there's other conversations in her mind, other directions, things telling her how to do this, how to display certain things. Listen, we can even take it to a full independent woman, right? Whatever. But even on the world is a woman's stage, which is a man's stage as well, but it's a woman's stage. But even behind of what she's doing could be controlled by tweets, Instagram posts, the beauty standards. You see, so there's still other directions she's being pulled towards to be this one thing, to be seen as this whole whatever individual in front of you. The thing is, it's not a problem. It's just that most men can never see the lens of what's really happening behind it, of what's going on. And the best way you can even see that is by being honest with yourself. See, this is how I see it. Of course, I've been told I got experience. I'm gonna see your comments in a second, you guys, 1 minute. But I can see it, I can feel, I can understand it. Because I've been told, I've been put on game, but also when I come to a true understanding, and I had to understand these certain things about women or life, success, dating, I understand that there is actually more than what meets the eye every time. Every time. Always. Because you know it, because once you come to your own understanding of there's more than meets the eye to me, and there was all these, let's say you're ruled by society, like just conditions and standards, you know, you just scared, you're scared to be judged. When you're ruled by that, you have this, it's like an unconscious thing, so you can easily see if somebody else is doing it. But you can also be the opposite when you come to your own understanding of what I was ruled by as well. So you also see it from other people, because I put my head above the water and I seen what was going on. Like, oh shit, this is just the world. Now, Jay says, powerful men guide most women through life. Yes, absolutely. Anna, I believe, great to see you. Thank you for coming. Who's running those platforms? Have no idea. We don't know. It could be, that's a great conversation too. Soren said, let's see what you're saying now. Beauty isn't a bad thing, but there's more to her than just her looks. Always. Because it's always other strings being pulled. But I'm saying all this to say, right, this is why the awakening of the man for these two words is so important. You have to ask the question of why me? Not why me with the woman, not why me with the world, but why me, as far as why should I come to an understanding of myself too? Even the thumbnail, King of the Hill. Everybody wants to feel the title, wants to be seen with the title King of the Hill, but they don't want to answer the question of why me though? Why me? They don't want to see that part. Gets to know yourself. Because if you get stuck, you don't know yourself as much. But if you answer too fast, you may just be saying things just to say it. Because you can be like, oh, why me? Oh, because I'm confident, or because, you know, I can get myself through things. Okay, but go deeper though. Get to the core. Not just the words, but get to the explanation of why you're confident. Get to the explanation of what makes you a continuous confident person. Get to the explanation of why you're so thorough and ambitious about your goals and desires. You see, that is the point. That's the point. Being a king of the hill, being an awakened man, being a man of game, being a man of honor, being an honest man, being a king, period, bro. It all starts with the point of what's within. Everything else will happen. But this is why I even dropped that video yesterday about the art of changing your image. I've done it multiple times. I'm a performer, recording artist. I'm also a coach. I'm an event curator. I'm doing some speaking in the future. I've done my own speeches before. The thing is that everything requires an image. I had to shape it to what it's gonna be. But what I know to myself to be, and when I'm around other great people who are above me, their whole thing is always, but what's the reason that you want to do it? But what is the reason anybody wants to do shit? And see, this is more of an introspective conversation. Everybody has their reasons, but what is your reason? My reason, and I'm gonna say this, but my reason to do what I want is because I want to prove it to myself. I want to see it for me, and I genuinely want to do it for me. Everything else will come in order. There's no wanting to be like. Now, there's a part that is definitely, yeah, I want the algorithm to see me. I'm still a creator on YouTube. There's, that's still an outlet. Of course, I want the masses to understand this and see this. But the thing too, even with these conversations, is heavy and it's honest. Because it strips away everything else, and you get to this, you start to feel, you feel naked and shit. You're like, holy shit. You're like, God damn, how I get here? You're like, shit, like this. Because what's left? The truth. And then that builds up more. See, that's the start of the empire right there. Abdul, yo, questions, where the Latinas at? Yo, Abdul, I don't know if you're still here, but if you do got a question, have a better question than that or we're going to escort you out. Jay says, alpha males have a different perspective than beta males. Women know who to use their beauty on and who not. A king will always get his queen, not avoid power couples are needed in today's society. Soren says, the way I like to see it is I answer honestly my beliefs and then try to find ways to shift the perspective. And Jay, I like your comment, but I wouldn't say that. I don't think power couples are needed, personally on my take. But it's not to take away yours. I think what's needed is power within the individuals. And of course, when they come in union together, that's one thing. I'm not against that. That's cool. But one thing that I always see, especially when couples, there's always, and I've said this actually in the beginning of my YouTube. I think I made a video. I was like, it's either gonna be one or the other. I forgot what I called the theory, but it's a thing of, if someone goes to the gym and the other one's lazy, one of them is gonna pick a side when they get into a relationship. You hardly ever see two individuals come in union with a similar mindset with power. And the power doesn't have to be aggression or violence, but power of self, which correlates to conversation, speaking life to others, examples, ambition, all that. But I do believe in giving that power to a lady though, for sure. Most of the ladies that I meet, they always put me on. I always put them on game. They do give me some knowledge as well, like some things they teach me. But it's very empowering when I'm with women. Very empowering. Shout out to those ladies. I know they do it well. Like what? Soren says, yeah, the way I like to see is honestly. But yeah, let's get these likes if y'all haven't. Ephraim, great to see you. But regardless, King of the Hill is the part where you want to be, where I believe every man should be, to be honest. Cause not even just king of my own hill, which that's what everything is building up towards. You have to build your own hill first. But there's gonna be times, let's just say you're a manager. You gotta go to another store to learn some stuff. Okay, when you go there, there's going to be other managers with your title or people who want to get promoted. People are going to be in competition. Competition is see, I'm competitive, but I'm not competitive for the reasons of I got to be better than you. I'm competitive because I say to myself, I'm great, but I know there's going to be other people around me and they're going to want to be competitive because everybody does want to promote themselves. Everybody wants to be a king. Everybody wants to put themselves on top of a hill or throne to have a crown. But then here comes the question. Why me though? Look, because everybody can be a great manager. Everybody can have conversation with people. Everybody can lead. Everybody can be efficient. Everybody can communicate correctly. Everybody can have that, right? But then you had to ask yourself, why me? Why me though? and then give yourself the honest answers. By the way, my name is All Star Izzy. Please get the likes up. If you have not liked the live, it helps bring the algorithm. And if you're new, subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Soren says, what does building your own hill look like? I don't know if you were here when I was saying it, but building your own hill looks like getting to that root part, that desire part, that vulnerable part, to the honest part. Because your own hill, because that's when you start building like, okay, I get to the root of my desire. I get to the root of why I want this. That becomes an honest truth. So the truth is the hill, right? That's your kingdom because that's the foundation. So you get to that. You're like, okay. Then you start to build upon the hill. You start to build upon truth. You start to get there in the truth. And that's what creates it to become real and honest. Not some fantasy, but when you get to that part, that's your foundation. And everything else is just, okay, why me? Ask those questions. Okay, this and that. This is how I want to shape my way to do it. Like what Jay was saying with the power couples. His thing could be union with another lady, right? And to be that. That could be his truth. But that's his hill. You see what I'm saying? And then plus your goals and your direction creates your hill to be up. Great example, All-Star Lifestyle. We are Evolution. This is a kingdom. This is a hill that I've built. This is where I've gotten myself to, but from honest work, honest conversation with self first. This is how the hill builds, plus more. But you also can't be a king without, going to other places sometimes and having to display conversation if you need to. Yeah, facts. Why me though? Yeah, why me those two words is such an impactful, it's so impactful. Because when you break it down and you get honest to the root, I've gotten honest with myself, bro. Like, why me? Like, why this? Why me? Why do I need to be here? Like, why should it be me being a king on my own hill? On my own. Not even the king of the world. Not the king of this. But why should I be the king of my own hill? Let's answer that. Let's have that conversation. Let me get to that part. Why should it be me? Not because I want to be king. Because I want the throne to the shawty. Not because I want the status and the feeling. No. I want that because not only do I see myself to be king, right? Because vision is forever. And vision is an extension. Always remember that. Vision of self is an extension of you. The thing is that I am king of my hill. Or if you're starting out, I want to be king of my own hill. Because I want to be truthful. And I have a desire to build an impact. But not a desire to just build an impact to create a mark on this world, but because I want to leave something of my own. I want to create my world. I've been living in this world of, this world, which I'm grateful for, but I want to know what it's like to get to know myself by building my kingdom. I want to know what it's like to shape my building, to put the things around me, what I want to bring in. I want to learn more about me. I'm curious to know. I have a desire to guide myself to that direction. Sure, I may want to be like, yeah, I'm the king, but truth be told, I enjoy the responsibility of teaching. I enjoy the responsibility of assisting and guiding others. You see, the thing is too, when you want to be king of the hill, of your own hill, and you're asking yourself, why me? It puts you in such a vulnerable, honest place with yourself when you can just be with you. Because the thing is too, right? Everything I just said like this, that was the core of what, for me. But the thing too, when you build your kingdom, it doesn't even look definite yet. Your kingdom is built based off of getting to know yourself. This is why when people create their own kingdoms, it's false. It's flimsy. It breaks easily. It lets lust get in the way. It gets things outside of yourself get in the way. But that's because you are a reflection of your kingdom. My kingdom can never go to the ground because I created it to be an honest extension of myself. That's why it's so important to ask why me, because your kingdom is you. It's not just a place you go to. It's not just a place that you just have. A kingdom is honorable. It is an authentic and profound extension of oneself. You can't just make a kingdom for fun. You can, but you will see why you want to keep creating your kingdom over and over again. Exactly unique. And once you get to that and you see that my kingdom, or it could be my false foundation of self, has been built on lies. What's the lie? The lie is that I wanted to feel king, but not be king. Because king is ruler of thoughts, expression. We talk about the power of the tongue, control, structure, discipline. The kingdom takes time to be built, over time. And you have to get to know that part. And you're the ruler for that. If you just want to be lazy and float throughout your life, do as you must. But this is why I say, even in the beginning, most people just want the title of what it's like to feel like they're king. The feelings come as I go. The title is given as I go. I'm here though, because I want to build more of myself in this world. And I want to because I'm curious. There's so much more to this world than meets the eye. And that's the part where I want to go to. I want to build this. I don't want to lie to the one person that I'm continuously with all the time. When you don't lie to yourself, you build the kingdom. It's like one brick and then another brick, like Minecraft. But that's what it is. You're like, wow, like you can, and this is when I say things, and you see, this is how I know you, although I'm a teacher and I'm a coach, I'm still learning just as much as everybody, every single day. So as you guys see me all the time, the perspectives I bring is because I still learn. I cannot stop learning. It's my birthright. It's where I go. But the thing too with that is that a year or two ago, my whole thing with confidence was just trust, which makes sense. Elevated mindset, great to see you. Trust is confidence. But with that now, learning from that video from 2 years ago to fast forward to here now, the conversation of confidence is kingdom. And it's the reason why it's kingdom is because it's built. So now I can define it better than how I did before. I still like how I did it because and I'm still the same way. But now as time grows, responsibility grows. And I was watching White Lotus. I'm gonna see the comments in a few, so give me one brief moment, please. But when I was watching White Lotus, there was this conversation, this older man happened. He was having a conversation with somebody else, but he basically conquered Thailand. And his dialogue was incredible because he was saying, yeah, before I was a little bit more reckless, but now I can't be as loose, or I can't be as out there or whatever, because there's things to lose. Listen, when you take up the responsibility of king, right? King of self, you do have things to lose. Because it doesn't have to be your status, your business, your reputation, which all matters, right? In an honest way. But the thing with it is that what you have to lose is your integrity. You let yourself go by something, you go down a spiral, you lose something. That doesn't take away you from learning. You're going to have to learn. This is what we all do. We're all learning. The thing is that you do have things to lose internally. When you know you could have shut up, but you just said something anyways for the fuck of it, and it caused more than what it need to, you just lost yourself in that moment when you knew what was better. Now go back to the drawing board, take off a couple bricks because you just showed yourself something. Take off a couple bricks. And that's fine. Maybe take off 3 bricks. Next time you go back in, you create something, you could put 6 bricks. The point is that you do have things to lose. Because people think that, or it's often talked about, or I used to think, actually. I used to think that, oh, the only thing we had to lose was just our status, or it's just how I looked, my reputation. No, there's a lot more than that. You lose yourself as an individual. You start to look yourself away. And the more you do that, the foundation starts to go. Because people want to feel on top of the world, but they don't want to actually put the work on what it is to do and be the person that's on top of the world. That's why I say with one of the laws, the All-Star laws or the All-Star rules of the game, one of them was just that you have to be neutral with your losses and wins. Never get too happy about never try to feel too great you're on top of the world. Because none of us are bigger than the program. And the program is life in the game. We're just players in the field. But you can be impactful, you can be an all-star player. Or, who knows? You don't or you're not. You're just going to be average the rest of your life, which most people are. But that's what I'm saying. I'm going to look at these conversations really quickly. Excuse me. Jay says, all good, bro. Give me my thoughts. My head looks like my own kingdom. Absolutely. Soren says, because I always hear build yourself first and work on yourself. And I never know what it looked like. Thanks for the clarity for sure. God damn, I need some water. FRN says the seed, desire, branches out through me immersing myself. And yep, absolutely. Soren says the way I like to think about answering the question of why me is often how I show it for me in terms of consistency. Absolutely. Soren says, you just brought something to my mind. Does getting to know yourself deeper consist of putting yourself into different positions? Yes, actually. Because like I'd say, it's curiosity. You see, ever since I was younger, I was ruled by curiosity. I got to my position in life, or to knowledge, power, status, whatever. But I got to this position plus more because I'm curious. I'm like, shit. Because curiosity is like, it's like a light that you find yourself in. You're like, wait, I actually like this position. But you never knew that. A lot of the places and positions that I got to, like for instance, like SGA, like student government, I got myself there because I said, you know what? That actually sounds cool. Why don't I just do it? My whole thought process is like, yo, this is cool. Why not just try it? Like, just my curiosity, like, just sign up for it. Fuck it. I said, say less. Got in there, ended up working with a whole bunch of kids in different schools, creating a showcase of, it was actually, what's funny? I could post it to on my thing, but it was called the All-Star Showcase. This is before even All-Star Lifestyle became, because I made We Are Evolution. It was birthed when I was out there in Kentucky. But when I started doing those things, it put me in different positions, all because I said, why don't I just sign up? I didn't know it was going to take me in the path of even more leadership conversation. It was so complex. There's so many problems going on in the campus I was at. People were coming to me about their problems, and I was trying my best to assist them in that. Well, shit be rigged, because they just be like, oh yeah, just tell me your problems. They don't give a fuck about that, for real. But, that's another conversation another time. Let's keep going. Jay says, look out for Izzy. Glad I caught you live. You dropping knowledge. Yes, sir. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, Jay. Thank you for coming. Soren says, losing yourself has to be one of the worst feelings. Exactly. And most people are addicted to the feelings of losing themselves. That's the thing, too. Most people, they actually like to lose themselves. But the thing, they don't, but they made it such a habit that this has become such a norm to lose self. They're like, fuck it, I'm going to lose myself. Like, this is what it is. Make sure y'all get the likes up, and if y'all new, subscribe to your boy. My name is All-Star Izzy. I will be here for about probably 15 more minutes. This is gonna be a little shorter live, but we will be getting there. So thank you guys. Stash Cash, great to see you. Great to see you. Zormina, great to see you. That's fire, but respectfully, it's Crew Kentucky. It's funny? Because I went to Job Corps, but the only reason I went to Kentucky, because I could have went in Georgia, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Kentucky because I never flew a plane. That was actually my motivation. But you see what's so crazy about curiosity or just doing something different, just being like, my whole motivation was I just wanted to fly a plane, bro. And I ended up learning so much about myself, creating great connects, learning a lot about leadership out there. I actually still have some leadership packets. But that's when a lot of things started to grow for me. Getting really connected with people, conversations, having, it was beautiful, bro. Beautiful. I love the experience. Yeah, no, it was stupid cold in Kentucky when I went there. Yes, if anybody has a Discord, you're more than welcome to join. FRN has put the link. Thank you for that. By the way, get the likes up if you have not. I appreciate y'all. But that was basically the conversation of us talking about why me. Just remember those 2 words. Even if it doesn't hit at this moment, maybe sometime in the future it will. But Johnny Kapahala, my dog. Great to see you. Yeah, y'all need to tell Johnny let's get a show in. Johnny be playing. Yeah, Johnny, I'm calling you out in front of the whole community. Soren says, I went in the summer, it was terrible. LMFAO, that's funny as fuck. Yeah, I think it got really hot. I forgot how it was. It was some good times though. Woo, boy, it was crazy over there, bro. It was crazy. I had a girlfriend, all that shit. I'm tripping. You know how many bitches I could have been fucking? Enough of that, dog. Anyways. But this is why it's important to ask those 2 questions of why me though. That's why it's important. Because you want to get to the root of your answer. And also it's important to ask, when you ask why me, it's important to ask it so you know your honest desire though. So you know your honest desire. Because some people could be wanting to be put in a position for validation and for respect. I remember when I first started, it was, of course, putting things out there, but my thing was like, I want to be seen. People got to know this shit. They going to know it. I still have that in me. But it's evolved into a lot more mature and honest conversation with myself and quality. Because now I understand what this comes with. There's more than just, see, the fuel of everything in the beginning, right? You're like, fuck yeah, it's me. Motherfucker, you ain't finna tell me shit. I'm still kind of like that, no cap. But the thing is too, that first spark of desire or whatever ends up evolving. It transmutes into something different for anyone that starts anything. Because sometimes the confidence that comes in, right? That you want to be a more confident person because you're like, man, no one's going to tell me nothing. I'm become undeniable. You pop your collar and shit. I'm become undeniable. I'm finna be that motherfucker, Which is good. Look, I'm not saying don't run away from that. Because that was where my honest conversation went for myself. Like when this really sparked for me, not even just like 2 years ago, but years ago, I was like, yeah, they gonna know. Especially when I started performing. My thing was like, yeah, I'm him. They gonna see me. But then it started to evolve. And then once it starts to evolve, you can have that same energy of I'm that motherfucker, but then it evolves to I'm that motherfucker plus there's a lot more that comes with being that motherfucker. Woo, that's crazy. That's some real, hold up, dude. I just blew my own brain. That's some real ass shit. That's also with just King, but when you become that motherfucker, you realize there's a lot more to being him. When you like, yeah, I'm him. All right, okay, cool. But then when you really be like, oh shit, I am him. You're like, wait, there's a lot that comes with it. It could be responsibility. It could be influencing, inspiring. There's a lot that comes with being that motherfucker. It's a lot that comes with being him. Yeah, definitely. But that's what the thing, see, and I think there was something about it. Cause I've been reaching out to like actors, actresses, and content creators. Cause that's really where I'm gonna start coaching a lot of people too. Exactly, Johnny. But just those type of people, because a lot of them lose control in front of millions of people or thousands of people, right? And I've been in conversation with some people, whatever. But regardless, it's like, when you're in the spotlight and you know that you're him and this and that, it's not just this cocky feeling or attitude of like, I'm that motherfucker. It's not really that. It's just a damn like, not only am I him, but there's gonna be people around me that see me as him, which is good. But they can take my actions and words as more. That's on them, but still there's a responsibility, like Johnny said. And there's also going to be people that's going to be envious and jealous of you being him. And it's just the truth. Because if you don't see that, if you just one-sided I'm him, then you're probably just meant to be like a famous bartender. I don't know. I'm just trying to think on a small scale, but even that requires a lot too. It's crazy. Woo, bro, this shit's so deep, man. Shout out to the game. But you start to really understand everything. You're like, holy shit, like there's a lot more than what I thought. And this is the choice that men make, right? Not only with the question of why me, but also, am I going to awaken to the part of, am I going to choose to evolve, or am I going to stay one-sided as just only wanting to feel like I'm him? Because most people want to be him, right? Until they get him, when they're in position to be him, they're like, this is too much. I just want to feel like him. I didn't want what comes with being him. There's a lot more that comes with being him. Damn, you telling me that more words got power? You telling me that, I could, some guys, they get, well, I could understand, but not really. But some guys get a little sad when they're like, damn, she wanted to fuck me and she had a husband. Like, is that what life is? Listen, this is what comes with it. I'm not saying don't fuck married women. And ain't saying all that, though. But I'm just saying, instances like that can happen. Let me look at this. Jay says, Raza ego hella strong too. Yes, yes, absolutely. Very strong. We grow and we learn to control that energy. Yes. That's another topic. Envy is a motherfucker. Yeah, that is another topic. If anybody has any topic ideas, please, you can drop them below or join the All-Star Discord. We can even make a folder of that, just live ideas. Chop that shit up. We have a lot coming for us. We will have some lives this weekend as well. We will be going through a lot of things as well, And I'm going to make it an importance of mine to, I want to start doing like morning shows or afternoon during the week, because I like to wake up early, you know what I'm saying? It's nice. And it'll be nice to also share conversation with y'all in the morning while the sun is rising. It's beautiful, bro. Johnny also says, when hate come with you being him, you're doing it right. Exactly. Someone else says, responsibility of what it means to be him would be a fire alive. Okay, bet. Say less. Put it in Discord really quickly, just so I don't remember it, because I'll be here, and then I'll be forgetting sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I can be a bit forgetful. That's me. But I'm getting better on that. But yeah, the responsibility of being him, that's actually a good one. Maybe I may have somebody do that, be in that conversation with me, actually. Because that's a really good conversation. Even just, like, being king, but I like that. Him, like, bro, like, I think like 2 years ago when I was getting mentored by my mentor, like IRL, and the things that we would do and the power that I was wielding, or just influence, because everybody has power and influence. It's just that it's a way to go about it, right? And this is why you can get out of balance if you want to get too much into that power or into the influence, because this is when we talk about staying neutral. Stay neutral. You got to stay neutral in those moments, because I remember I used to be with this one girl, and I used to be like, watch this. And I used to just like do some shit with like a crowd. It was just funny. And she was like, yo, you're crazy. She was like, but that's hot. We ended up fucking later that night. But it was just fun. But it was because like, even when I started seeing it, I never took it for granted though. Because again, like I said, everybody has the power of influence and power. The thing is that most people take it for granted. They use it for different things rather than for what it's supposed to be. Now, there can be the argument of what's good or what's bad. I'm not here for that. I'm here to know that what's best to do with influence. There's a lot of great things that come with it. There's a lot of great things that come with power. There's a lot of great things that come with position. And it only comes and it evolves as you do. And this is the choice men need to make with what they want and how they want to go about things. How do you want to go about your direction? It comes with you being honest about what you're doing. Do you just want to stay him and be that popular person in the club every time you go? Sure. Or do you want to evolve to much more? It doesn't have to be on this grand scale, but the thing is that the opportunity of evolution is continuous and it's always there. The thing is that most men don't grasp onto that though. They don't want to feel that. They don't want to have the responsibility. Like, damn, I just wanted to feel great for just like 5 fucking minutes. But then they're like, oh, but you gotta get like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Oh, damn it, I didn't want all that. I just wanted to feel great. All right, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. And your foundation is gone. Go ahead, take all them bricks off. Go ahead, take all. Hey, yo, let's go ahead. Let's get the bricks out of here. Come on, get them out. Gotta be honest with yourself. But this is why the awakening of men and what I spoke on is the two words in the question of why me. I want every single man that listens to this, is listening to this, even ladies, will listen to this, will pass by this, to ask themselves that, to get to the honesty of it. Until next time, Jay, thank you for taking your time. By the way, my name is All-Star Izzy. Please like the live if you have not, and subscribe. I would be grateful for your engagement. Yeah, that too. Soren also says huge discomfort to be him, especially in the long term. Yes, it is. And see, that's the thing that people don't talk about, how it can be very uncomfortable. But the thing is too, when you learn and evolve into being him, you understand that comfortability is a necessity. Not that you're looking for it to be uncomfortable, right? Uncomfortable just happens as you grow. But uncomfortability is a necessity. You're like, wait, this is actually meant for me to, oh, okay, cool. Because maybe you may be in a position to be responsible for certain projects. Say yes or no. You have the say. There can be uncomfortability with it. Or even praise itself can be uncomfortable. People, oh, you're that man? Oh, appreciate it. And I said this before, but what separates all-stars or myself or those who are continuously putting themselves into a pursuit of greatness, right? A pursuit of self, really. The only thing that separates all-stars versus the average motherfucker is because I execute in 24 hours. I have 24 hours just like everybody else. And that part hits me home a lot. Everybody has the same 24. Everybody is a person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's human. Everybody got emotions. Everybody can think. But what separates everybody is what they do with their time. And in due time, people will see it. People will know. Because like I said before, aim to be timeless. This shit is going to age forever. Like, this shit's going to age like wine. It's going to be beautiful. But that's because, like you said, Soren, now or never. I'm here now. I'm here at this moment. But that's because I know of how important right now is. Not just for me, but for my future. Sometimes, and it's beautiful too when you're guided by just being present. Sometimes you don't even realize what you create in the future. Like some things just coming out of blue. But it's just what it is. And there's another quote I'm gonna leave off before I go. It was something that's been pondering in my mind actually for the past couple of days. And I remember one time I was working at Walmart. It was just for it was like a week. I was helping them, I was volunteering. I was getting paid, but like I was just volunteering. It was really a rough time for a lot of people, and I wanted to help out. And there was this lady that I met. She was a manager there for like 5 years. And I don't know why she said this to me. She was just like, but it was like a group, but you know, she kind of put me to the side. She was like, you know, the one thing that will always beat people. And I was like, what? She was like, outlasting everybody. And I started thinking about that last couple of days, weeks, because it came back. I'm like, that's what this is. You know when people always say like men are they'll get better until like their 30s and 40s, whatever. That can be true. But what's even true and deeper into that is that those who not only stick to their vision or their goals and direction, because everything evolves, of course, but when you stick to yourself and you continuously evolve yourself, you will outlast a bunch of people. You will see people fall off the ship. You will see people not want to continue certain things, in it for the wrong reasons, or maybe they just got tired of it, which isn't wrong. People have their life, right? I think it's wrong if people do it for wrong reasons, though, for sure. But the one thing that outlasts everybody, not only for you sticking and doing what you say you was gonna do, but time. time isn't just the biggest apex of life. Time is also our friend when it's time for that. We can be with time. Learn from time. There's a lot of lessons to learn from it. Johnny also says they fall off quick as fuck too and try to bring you with them. Exactly. That's why it's important to know who you are. Exactly. You see, that's why that I think, and thank you for saying that, Johnny, because that helps bring more clarity to why this been in my mind. I had an idea and I had this guide to it, but what really was that. It's important to know who you are, because if you don't, like we talked about before, everybody can have kingdoms right now. Let's see what it looks like in 6 to 1 year. Let's see what it looks like. That will tell everything, because what they say, time tells everything. But that is my time. If anybody has any questions, please do so. And if you have not liked the live, please like the live. My name is All Star Izzy. I'm grateful for everybody being here. This is my new outro song, by the way. Y'all gonna be hearing this more. Johnny Capahala, thank you for being here. Soren, thank you for being here. Jay, thank you for being here. Ephraim, thank you for being here. We had I Talk in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We had Zoramina, we had Stash Cash, we had Ladies of I Talk, we had Elevator Mindset, we had hella motherfuckers in this world. We had Unique 79 in this bitch. We had this dude talk about Latinas. We know he can't pull no bitches. Fuck you. We had Anna came into this thing. My name is All Star Izzy, and I want to say thank you guys for your time. This has been an evolutionary conversation. And don't forget to get these likes up. I'm going to be back in this motherfucker later this weekend. Thank you guys for taking the time out. Remember the 2 words, why me? Everybody's king until they got to put themselves in a position. Until next time.